Ah! Oh no, Beza. Hey team, it's Amara. This is catching up with SSSVEDA part 2, the do. This one is I'm answering more of the SSSVEDA questions that are for Veda for the vlog every day in April through the Savvy Sexy social website. And apparently I have a participant. Oh, are you coming up here? Coffee or tea? Yo, that's like choosing kids. I love coffee and I love tea. I also love chai and like probiotic drinks, sparkling water. I love soda occasionally and in really small doses. The cat is like doing that thing where it rubs its face on the tripod. Don't knock my camera over, baby. You wanna come here? She wants to come here. I drink a lot of bubble water. I also drink a fair amount of coffee. No, I'm gonna say I drink a lot of coffee and a lot of tea. Yo, I live in Seattle. That's like, there's a lot of coffee shops here. Seattle, right baby? Yeah, Seattle, where we live. Cat. You're the cutest, Pesa. Okay, savvy, sexy kitty. Aren't you cute today? Okay. What do I love most about my work? Oh, what do I love the most about my work? Everything. People. I love the most about my work people. Getting to know wonderful people, doing community work. I do consulting work, I do entertainment work, and almost everything that I do at this point in my life has to do with connections with people. So that's the thing I probably love the most about my work. Also, I love being creative, coming up with things, and like leveraging all the various things I've learned over time and turning them into useful stuff. I love that. I love people. I love that all of the work in my life is now about people and creativity, and I think that is just so wonderful. It's inspiring to give that, it's inspiring to get that back, it's inspiring to work with people, to be meeting different people all the time, to be doing entertainment work, to be doing consulting work. What do I love the most? Oh, at the halfway through point, what do I love the most about having done SSSVEDA and Veda? I think the thing that I love the most about these kind of month-long challenges, one, I really like the process of thinking of creating content every day. I think that's really exciting and inspiring. But the thing I love the most is a combination of personal accomplishment and a sense of getting to know other people. Again, I keep going back to this community thing, but it's so true. Like through SSSVEDA, I've met a couple other creators, I've had interesting kind of conversations, I found new videos that I love, I found new videos that inspire me, and so that's really kind of one of my favorite things. Princess is gone, she's taken off. There it is. Staying inspired, finding inspiration, big part of what I love about these kinds of events, but really the community building is the biggest piece of them, and I also like the challenge. I like a good professional challenge. I like to work hard. I like to work hard, play hard. The day 13 question, I don't think I've answered this one yet. Have you visited another country? Share your favorite memory. I've been lucky enough to travel to a lot of different countries. One of my favorite memories was traveling with my mother in Europe and doing like going to like the Eiffel Tower and going to like La Dre and getting like fancy macarons. I really wanted to do that. We had a really good time trying out those macarons there and seeing that kind of cute cafe, and really had the best time just hanging out with her in Europe and getting to see her experience traveling like that. Trip where we went and we stayed in hostels and did some couch surfing. My idea for that trip was in general she would do like the college trip you theoretically did when you were younger that she never got to do because she took care of us, and that was one of my favorite memories. So like even from that trip, some of my favorite memories are things that don't come down to the country. They're like hanging out with my mom in a hotel room in Germany, stuff like that. Day 15's question, we were halfway through Veda. So that question is, what have you learned after 15 days of video making? One thing that I learn every time I do one of these kind of like fast full months daily vlogging type of things is one, how much I enjoy doing this kind of vlogging regularly thing. Two, I push myself to try new things whenever I do this, so I think it's really fun. I'm gonna go ahead and tell you guys right now, I'm gonna do Vlogmas next year because I love doing Vlogmas so much the last year because I really felt like I jumped into the holiday season as a result of it. And doing Veda this year, the thing that I've really gotten out of it is remembering that there's a part of vlogging that's about like normalcy and normal day-to-day stuff and just kind of really taking in those little moments. And I think that's one of my favorite things about vlogging in general. It's almost like capturing the beauty of real life moments. And I think that's kind of incredibly beautiful. So I love that. That's why all the different vlogs are fun, because you get to watch different kinds of people doing different kinds of things with their different kinds of lives and having different kinds of moments. And then you get to build these great network connections across them. Very enthusiastic, big fan. Oh, and I put on my, my Girl Love bracelet, thanks. Thanks, Carly. Carly gave me this one, love it. Love it, sweetie. I have one, and this is my second one. And I'm gonna wear them. I'm gonna wear them like back to back, like, ooh, like I'm Wonder Woman. Day 16's question. What book have you read that you recommend? Ooh, I love so many books. I recently read A Walk in the Woods, and if anyone's considering doing a big hike, I think that's a good book to kind of get you in the spirit of that and make you kind of aware of the reality of going from like zero to hiking like that. That's a Bill Bryson book, A Walk in the Woods. So that's one I'd recommend. So while we're in like the travel book area, I really loved Andrew McCarthy's book, The Longest Way Home. Andrew McCarthy is most known for being an actor. He was in not The Breakfast Club, but other Brat Pack movies, and he wrote this really amazing travel book about when you go other places and they change who you are so you're ready to be the person that you want to be when you get home. And I thought that was it's a really brilliant book. I know I like a book, but I find that I've taken notes all over it. That's like a thing about me. And this is a book that's just covered in like highlighter and comments and notes. Day 17, what was your favorite year in school? When I was really young, this is strange. This is a very like strange Oregon school story. They'd have a month where they'd let us write each other letters back and forth, meaning they provided kind of like printed out paper with like different kind of stationery prints on it. Back in this point in time, printed stationery, like printed off of a printer with cool like graphic, was really exciting. A lot of those things would look incredibly rudimentary now, but they were really kind of neat and hip and futuristic. And we'd write letters on this actual paper. They printed out on like blue and pink and green paper. You could write a letter to someone, you got an envelope, you put it in there, and then there was a post office that would deliver them around the classroom. It's kind of interesting because it's like a little bit like texting, but in a paper form, which is, I mean, anyone who's from pre-digital life would go, oh yeah, well that's how it used to go. The idea of it being like that immediate and from hand to hand is a lot like texting. Actually, I really loved that. I guess I've always been a little bit about old technology, future tech, old processes, future processes, but I really loved that time period. I just thought it was so exciting to get to write like that. In fact, when I look back at my life, whenever something was about art, performing, or writing, when I was growing up, I was really interested in all of those things. And filmmaking, I actually took a filmmaking class when I was in 8th grade that I loved. I still have the notes from that class. I was so adamant about it. I took kind of a weird route to get where I was going, which is, you know, that's okay. That's life. You take a weird route, stay on the path. What does your perfect day look like? That's a strange idea for me. One day, thinking about how one day I would want it to look like over and over again. Dynamic. I don't really want my days to look the same. Day filled with friends, with creative vibes, with getting things done, with productivity. A day where I used all the time. That's a big thing about who I am. Like, I really want to I want to get up early and work really hard and get through the end of the day and have really great things come from it. And that would be a day I would see as a win. Are you a morning or a night person? For years, I would have told you I was a night person, and I still think I am more of a night person than a lot of people. But now that I'm older, I want to get up early. I want to get up, ideally I get up at 7, I go to bed at like midnight, and that's not necessarily the best idea. I don't like to miss out on the mornings.